Public parks, restrooms, and sidewalks are among the facilities in the city of Evanston that community members are looking to make more accessible. The city council will vote by the end of October on the final budget for the shelter's expansion, which is expected to be around $2.5 million. Tully tells NNN that in a normal quarter, more than 400 students would be abroad. This fall, there are 198. I'm Lily Wolfson here for this week's edition of Rock Talk, where we're asking students if they can list all 8 items on Symptom Tracker.
What were some of the chief complaints coming from District 65 educators?
They're feeling overwhelmed. In addition to their responsibilities in the classroom, educators are expected to tend to social emotional learning, even if they might not have the experience to do so.
And who are the District 65 educators negotiating with?
They're in talks with District Educators Council executive officers. Some of these officers are appointed, others are elected.
And lastly, Lily, what is important to educators? Why is it so important to have their demands met?
They want to be able to focus more on dismantling racism and implementing social justice in school, instead of just worrying about their workloads.
Lily, experts say disrupting the fentanyl supply is crucial to fighting overdoses. Why does fentanyl play such a huge role in all this?
Andrew, fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, similar to morphine, but 50 to 100 times more powerful. And it's being mixed in with opioids. Its potency makes an overdose far more likely.
I'm here to state that District 65 continues to be a toxic working environment.
This month, District 65 Educators Council President says it's time for change.
When a union goes into a board to rally, it's typically because they're trying to make some noise in order to get some attention.
Maria Barroso says educators are micromanaged and expected to help with social emotional learning in addition to curating and rewriting curricula.
We're not all licensed social workers, and what we have is some severe trauma that we are trying to handle the best we can, but we're still struggling to figure out what to do.
Barroso says NNN could not interview District 65 teachers for legal reasons, but a parent whose twins attend Oakton Elementary in Evanston shares his concerns.
I have friends who are teachers, and it seems overwhelming to me when they describe what's going on.
Educators in District 65 want to get past the point of worrying about their contracts and their rights, so that they can focus on the issues of social justice that impact the more than 7,000 students in their district.
We are totally supporters of the equity, and we are totally about centering the children that have been marginalized.
Advocating for lighter workloads, Barroso wants to make school a brighter place. Lily Wolfson, Northwestern News Network.
Come on, guy, wake up. All right. Come on, buddy. Stay with us. There you go.
Police respond to an opioid overdose in the Skokie Courthouse bathroom. This 2018 scene, a familiar sight for first responders.
Signals a pervasive, entrenched problem.
According to Marianne Mason's research, Cook County has the highest number of opioid-related deaths out of all U.S. counties, with a 16.7% increase from 2020 to 2021.
The issues are both complex and, unfortunately, something that has defied quick analysis by experts.
Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart heads a program that trains people who struggle with opioid addiction to use naloxone, an antidote for opioid overdose.
We're really up to trying anything.
Mason wants to see
people in treatment and recovery pipelines instead of incarceration.
places like Pierre and Evanston offer substance use prevention and treatment services to Cook County residents.
One thing we know about people who are using these kind of drugs is that their motivation to make a change fluctuates by the hour in the course of a day. So treatment access needs to be very readily available.
Pierre provides medications that treat opioid dependency.
We firmly believe in broader access to treatment.
Inner Voice Chicago supports veterans experiencing homelessness through the Eddie Beard Veterans Transitional Housing Program. While Illinois state agencies cannot give aid to veterans with a dishonorable discharge, Inner Voice houses veterans regardless of discharge status.
Making sure that the veterans are equipped with the steps to be able to access housing.
Halbert Williams oversees the program and says most veterans aren't told about available services.
We try to work on centralizing that information and make it more comprehensive.
Veteran Donald Goodwin served for 4 years in California and has experienced homelessness for several.
There should be more programs and more places for veterans to network, to find out what these programs are so we can get help, get off the streets.
Veteran Henry Jefferson was dishonorably discharged for doing drugs, but believes that should not impact the services he receives.
To me, it was minor, but they put me out for it. I want to be that voice for those people that got the OTH, that served the military.
Williams is helping the 26 veterans at the Eddie Beard House connect with housing providers. He hopes veterans' return to home means a home to live in.
It's unfortunate that our veterans have to fight abroad and then come back and have to fight at home.
Chicagoans can support veterans experiencing homelessness by visiting Inner Voice's Facebook page to make a donation or find a time to volunteer. Lily Wolfson, Northwestern News Network.